welcome back as Endpoint trying to topple sAw. Both teams having phenomenal games on both Train and then on Vertigo. Endpoint taking Train, I believe it was 16-10. sAw taking Vertigo, I believe 16-11. So both teams really putting up a fight on either side as... Well, now we're going to go to Dust 2, a map that we've seen sAw defeat Endpoint on very early on before. I believe it was a 16-1. It was an utter stomp. So, for sAw, they are really going to be comfortable going into this, as we're going to see fairly standard utility come out. 3 flashes, the odd smoke here or there from sAw. From Endpoint, it will just be an accompaniment of 2 flashes and a kit. sAw having established on control, just going to make their presence known as they set up for a standard take towards A. That's made early on sAdodo. He'll instantly take down Flames. That's just the start that Endpoint need. sAw, that sAw need against Endpoint. Endpoint on the retake. He's going to look to try and come up from short, but Rome, he's going to be on that fast flank. Just will be found by Robin on the rotation. Now Rome on this flank is going to make his way behind all of these players, but will he come in time? Surreal, he's going to find sAdodo, and this push is coming really early on. Romy strikes against Crucial, looking for more as Surreal. He'll just try and delay, if anything. Icy Max, he's hugging this bomb. He's trying to tap it as long as he can, but the collapse comes through, and sAw, they find their first rounds in fairly convincing fashion. Endpoint is going to be kind of standard Eagles and Scouts coming out round the board. sAw thereby is going to be a bit more rifle heavy. See 3 AKs come on out. The odd Scout, the odd MAC-10 is just going to be a matter for sAw. If not, probably just a formality really to pick up this round. Endpoint, they're going to need some utter heroics to win, and heroics we have seen. We've seen Endpoint Train in particular with some great Deagle shots, but we haven't really seen Scout shots bar that one. Crucial annihilating Arky towards top mid. That's going to kickstart this round for Endpoint. sAw, the ball falls into their court as they look to aggress elsewhere. And Endpoint, they seem to have read this fairly well. They know that sAw is going to commit somewhere fairly long-ranged, and, well, long is just that position as the push comes through. A lovely shot from sAdodo onto Surreal, though. What a way to kick things off. He looks to trade as well, but there's more nothing found just yet. So he comes through from Mighty Max. Unfortunately, sAdodo's going to find him. Both Robin and Crucial now, the lone members for Endpoints. And all things considered, it will just be a save of the MAC-10 and Scout. Robin is lucky enough to pick one up. The gun that can do fairly well on buy rounds as well. So for sAw, they're going to allow that bomb to go on off. They're going to go towards pits. They'll just stack together as they secure themselves a second round. Endpoint, they're going to also an eco next round, and that will see 2 forces in a row. So for sAw, this 2 will probably turn into a 3 fairly shortly, unless Robin or Crucial can go huge with these guns. Doing a bit of early damage to Crucial, trying to catch him off guard, but no player found just yet. Once again, sAw going for this early aggression towards top mid. Mighty Max going towards upper tunnels, but he is just going to shut him down. Endpoint, the lone members are stacked towards A. It's a bit of a gamble stack, all things considered, but understandably so. They don't have the utility or the weaponry to try and challenge sAw for any position. So that nade is going to do a fair bit of damage, a lovely bit of damage to Rome, actually, from Robin. We don't see too much of a response. Flames, the lone member from Endpoint, is going to try and hold B with the CZ, and at that range, it's almost comical watching him try and tap down players. Can't be precise with a gun that by nature just isn't. And B site, notoriously one of the hardest sites to retake in the game. So I doubt we'll see Endpoint even consider a push right now. Though we might see the odd pistol here or there, just hug the doors and maybe catch out the odd member. But it looks like it will just be going for exits. So now, they could end up trapped on this. They could end up trapped on the site, and that could go admirably well for Endpoint, but it will be crucial in CT. Just trying to do as much damage as possible. So Dodo's going to take him down. Flames will find one of his own, but they will exit from CT. Surreal, a lovely 1D onto Muterus. Finds Dodo as well, but Dodo appears to be the man who cleans up. He'll make it 3, and as the bomb goes off, Arky's going to fall. Damage has been done considerably by Endpoint. As sAw only survives with 1 member left, and he gets an eco. That's really going to reflect on their buy. We see it now. Arky with only 400 in his bank. Just as well. Going to have only about 1.5 to his name. Muterus is 1.2. Endpoint considerably worse with 50 on most of their players, but it's still a kind of scary prospect to have. There's this early control going towards long. Roman will find Robin through that smoke, looking for more. As Crucial will be tagged up in pits. Flames is going to find Arky. The flash going to just give them a bit more space. As sAw, realizing that long control is a lost cause, they just back away. sAw now stacked together outside B main. It looks like it's kind of got the inklings of a split being kind of weighed up by sAw. They try and figure out their options. They try and see if it's worth it. The flash goes down. Crucial rings out a shot before backing away, and that's going to trigger a bit of a rotation towards short. Space established for sAw. But how much? As we'll see them back off. We'll see them line up and get ready for an execution. As Mighty Max aggresses, 30 seconds left on the clock. They realise it'll be an A hit. Crucial will fall. It's all on Flames now. Still find one, but Just E is laser fast there. And for Endpoint, this buy round has kind of spiraled out of control. 2 versus 3 and locked out the sight. Looks like for Mighty Max and Surreal, it will be a save. Muterus, Just, and Rome now, the lone members for sAw. And with a save, that's just what they need. Arky with only 400 to his name, Dodo with 1.6. A win with a bomb plant is just enough of a cash injection to make their life that bit easier. So Mighty Max and Surreal, though, holding on to these guns will be pivotal because they ain't going to get much else from the economy they have. Bomb goes off. sAw, they establish a 4-0 lead. Let's see if Endpoint can riposte. If not this round, then maybe the one after. As Robin, he'll buy that deagle, and it's the odd bit of utility. It's kind of a splash of utility, sprinkling, if you will. Nothing to sort of show a full buy. Early nades towards long. Just going to take 60 damage from it. And Endpoint's nades have been really good so far, so props to them for that, but they just haven't found the kills. Dodo is going to aggressively spot Flames early on, trying to do the best damage he can. And damage he does, but he doesn't quite find him, though. Muterus now coming up from behind, aggressing from CT. Let's spot these players. Robin's going to fall. Luckily, he was able to boost up Surreal before that came through. Crucial now, deagle in hand, coming in from short. Muterus being tagged down, and he is able to find him. Was now in a 4 versus 4. sAw they're going to make their way forward towards this A site. The question being, can they hold at Endpoint? They don't really have the position to do so. As the set piece goes on down, the nade from Surreal, it's perfect onto Just. But sAw, they just have that weaponry. They're looking to hold it. Surreal, he'll find one before being shut down by Rogue. Turning back around, shots ringing out around him. The plant gets placed down. The location of all of these players from Endpoint is known, so this is absolutely doable for sAw. Especially with Mighty Max trapped towards Elevator. Nice shot from Sonoda, not quite landing though, as Flames finds Roman. That little kind of retake of the Deagle shots from Flames is going to secure Endpoint in their first round, a round they probably weren't even expecting to win. sAw force a 1 up, and they do have enough money for a buy, so it's by all means not the end of the world. Have to see if it works out for them. Again, sAw, they go for early long control, but this time Endpoint, they have that double AWP set up. They're not going to try and contest them for it. They use these AWPs to the best of their ability, that being very well. Surreal, he'll find Sonoda, and unfortunately for the members of sAw, they are just being forced back a little bit. Again, early flashes go out towards mid. Mighty Max swinging wide. They know there's players to be found, but he's been able to hide. He's in prime position to kickstart this flank. If he can do so at the right time, Endpoint are going to be screwed on this push. So all it takes is a bit of long presence and the flank to come through from Just. Mighty Max tries to get the shot. The timing is perfect. Roman Musaris full and Endpoint, they start showing some signs of life. Just from mid, he's going to be able to tag down Flames. 2 versus 4 around that by all means winnable. Maybe not so. Zaki is the lone member, AWP in hands. See if he can catch out Mighty Max ringing out first shot. The Glock finishes him off, but Surreal responds in kind. 4-2 to sAw. I have to see just how well it goes. Once again for sAw, they are going to be going onto this eco, setting up for short control. So we haven't really seen them try, simply because Surreal thwarts them down every time they even tease short control. But here it goes this time. Crucial spotted early on. Missing his shot as the Glocks start kind of hunt him. Lucky, he'll find Crucial, but Robin's Molly does the rest, accompanied by his AK. The Mollies are just perfect, and even though Robin falls and guns can be retrieved, Flames, he doesn't even want to give them the space to do so. They can't get up on that ledge to find the guns. They start pushing forward, but these mollies just land around them. Rome will eventually pick up the AWP, but what good can he do with it? Will make his way towards long, but it looks like Flames is going to be more than ready for him on the off angle, and it's just an execution. Swift little bullet embedding into the head of Musaris as Surreal enters the AWP duel with Rome. Turning back out. Rome's going to win it though. He's still back away. He's got 40 seconds as well, so he's definitely got time. Question is, will it work out for him? No, it won't. He drops in between the two players. Mighty Max will put an end to that. And both AWPs retrieved for Endpoint. As they make it 3, and for sAw, they're going to enter another buy round to look and potentially topple this AWP buy. Now pushing forward towards this B site, and again it's early control being established by sAw. They're not committing anywhere, they're not going for anything too extreme, they just go for a man advantage. As flash goes down towards B, secondary goes off. Just he's going to be spammed down very early on through that smoke. And Surreal is there to trade. Mighty Max will take a bit of molly damage, but that's not the way I think sAw wanted that to go. Instead, the players come back from short, trying to attack down Surreal. That they do. Now the push comes back around. Robin, he's caught off in CT. He's forced back down through the smoke by sAw does. More flashes echo around him. Mighty Max has got no choice but to aggress in tunnels, but Muterus is fighting him for it. He'll find him. Flames onto Arky, and the lone members for sAw are very low on HP right now. Ash goes out. At least the plant comes through, but Rome, he's still kind of caught in no man's land right now. And he just needs to pray for the timing. Timing he doesn't quite have. Flames. The game sense on this man is phenomenal. As Muterus is the lone man to try and stop these players. Crucial is just going to get up close and personal with that USP and secure a 4th round for Endpoint. 4-4, they tie it up, and this game just suddenly gets a lot more competitive. Timeout comes through from sAw, just to decide what do you do. Like, what's the decision to make? How do you try and beat any? Well, how do you try and beat Endpoint? Well, they tried that early aggressive push towards B, it just did not work. Let's see what else they have in store for us. As for Endpoint, they've had a bit of a comeback so far. sAw now again going for control towards B. This time it's with guns around the board. The force spy comes through. Galil's in hand. AK's the support at Surreal and necessarily shot. And the flashes are perfect. Surreal will fall. The M4 from Mighty Max hasn't had a chance to breathe as he'll find Robin. But Arky comes up from behind. Takes him down. Looking for more as Robin's able to trade 3 versus 3. And Endpoint, they have to line up how they approach this retake. So early smoke goes down. So you see the molly to accompany it. Flames, great little retake mollies. So Dodo is forced out into the open, able to find one Flames there to trade. More pushes coming through as find one more, and Flames goes on a rampage. It's a 5th round secured for Endpoint. 5-4 they lead against sAw and Flames. That is a phenomenal round, forcing sAw down into what is going to be a bye, but only just. I doubt we'll see an AWP come out from them. Early long control shown from sAw. Crucial, he's quick to respond though onto Muterus. And for sAw, this Portuguese side, they just kind of they stagnate a little. They don't commit fully to the push as they wait for what I assume is going to be support to come from short. Arky, he'll be that man to kind of try and hold. Unfortunately, Flames will be taken down early on 4 versus 4, and that's going to kick-start this push. Volleys go down, smokes to try and cancel them, and Arky to try and lead a charge against Crucial, who's trapped on a site. Players all around him. Swing comes through. He finds the first. Shots landing from behind him as well. Robin finds one more. Crucial, he finds yes another. And the Crucial and Robin show. They maintain a dominant performance and secure a 6th round for Endpoint. 6-4 they lead, and it is looking very difficult for sAw right now. Once again, sAw now on a pull by. See them again setting up towards mid, looking for maybe the odd bit of action, but it's to what avail? Yeah, it's once more as they set up towards shorts. They have no utility to their name whatsoever. It will just have to be an explosion of a push and they're just going to have to pray it lands for them. But Robin, he's ready for it. He's expecting players to try and swing around. That nade is going to do a substantial amount of damage if it landed a bit shorter instead. With the run boost coming out, first player spot. What a shot from Crucial to kick things off. He finds another onto Just Darky. He's quick on the response there. But to what avail, as Robin, he's going to be already in CT. The rotation comes back around. Interestingly finds the head of Robin. A great little response from sAw there. Arky finds yet another head of flames, and this is just a packed round of action. sAw finds Musaris. 4 shots ring out from either side. Rome is being spammed down by Mighty Max. It's all down to Arky, and look at that from Mighty Max. Every kill there was frag movie worthy at least. That 2K from Arky, Crucial shots. That was phenomenal. And I thoroughly enjoyed that round as Endpoint, they lead 7-4. And for sAw, they can go on to a bye. It's going to be an AWP coming out, an SG even on the hands of Arky, but they're going to need a bit more than a bye as Endpoint, they're threatening to run away with this. Chris will kickstart it by finding Max, and unfortunately Flames, he's going to take a lot more damage in that swing, from the intens. More damage being done through it. Flash goes out, swing comes wide, but sAw, he is so quick to find him. sAw now with a 2-man advantage, and if they lose this, imagine what it does to their mentality, let alone their round score, as the aggression from Endpoint does come round towards short. They know they need to aggress elsewhere if they don't get that initial control, but it will be down to Just to sort of maintain presence towards lower tunnels. Tries to hold. Crucial shifting forward into this smoke, just coming up from behind towards lower. Is Crucial holds there? Yes, he does. Crucial aggresses, finds the kill. Now sAw have no choice but to aggress. Smokes go down. Robin, he's at the ready to try and hold this. Nades follow it up. Fortunately, they land just a bit too early from Robin. 30 seconds left now, and they need to move quick. It's a lot of early damage found. Arky, he finds the first, and he's landing around them. sAw to trade. Rome to find Crucial. It's all on sAw. 1 versus 3, and Rome, he is lurking for him. sAw finds the first. sAw there to trade, and sAw, they do make it their 5th. 5 rounds for them, 7 for Endpoint, and a scary round ahead of them, essentially, because if Endpoint win this, they can use that momentum to potentially take the half. What a shot from Crucial there. A bloody good opening for Endpoint. And Arky, he just gets wiped clean off the map. For sAw now, it's going to have to be an attempt at a trade. A trade does come through sAw. He'll take down Robin. Still waiting on the trade for that final just bit of a glimpse as goes 4 versus 4. sAw establishing CT control. And as the mid to B split comes through, how was it held? Well, we're going to see Mighty Max and sAw on the trade. First get found. It's a 1-2. Mighty Max finds another. And a third. Max is having a beautiful game so far. And with that, we're going to see Endpoint be victors in this first half. They're going to lead 8-5. The question is, how clean is this victory going to be? We're into the penultimate round of the first half. sAw their money in tatters. It's going to be the odd Galil on Musaris, a Deagle to Rome. Endpoint, they establish a double op setup once more. They set themselves up for what is going to be a very heavy buy round. smokes going down for sAw. We'll see how Endpoint responds. And for Endpoint, we don't really see too much of a response. They were set up towards B though, ready for a push. Instead, they back away. They go for long control, but Flames on a shoulder peek is a deleted by sAw there. Crucial, he'll leg down Muteris in response, as he'll actually get boosted straight back up to short. He's looking to re-aggress now. CT smokes go down by sAw. Double flash going to prevent too quick of a push. Players, they start flooding towards this side. sAw, they're going to lead that charge. Mighty Max from behind. He'll spot Muteris, being a bit messy, but eventually he'll find him. As the smokes go down, Surreal, he's caught off towards CT. The main bit of worry, though, is going to come from short. Mighty Max, he's accompanied by his teammates to try and take this A site. Romy spotted, he stinks down. He'll find Mighty Max. Robin there to trade. Arky looking to find one more. It's down to the two AWPs of Endpoint, and they both choose to save. Surreal and Crucial just backing on away, heading back towards this B site, and giving sAw their 6th round. I do apologise so much for the lags. My PC is not very good at all. I really wish I knew how to find a quick solution, but we've tried a fair bit. I hope it's bearable, at least for what's going to be the final round of this first half. Early long control being established by Just. This time Flames looks to try and aggress against him. Feet. Gonna have to see what sort of response comes through from sAw, and it looks like it will be a standard push towards B. Surreal, he aggresses the AWP duel against Dodo. He finds the legging in seconds. Unfortunately, Max is gonna fall. Surreal gonna collapse as well. It goes into a 2 versus 4. Almost all of the players for sAw are on low HP. Crucial legging down Muteris as he tries to cross. Crucial having a phenomenal game right now. Just the only player with HP, he's in the prime position to try and catch any players going in from tunnels. But Robin, he's on the big flank. Crucial trying to scope in from doors, and time is ticking. The util usage from sAw is just perfect. Robin, he needs to accelerate, and he realizes it. Any second now, we're going to see it. As Crucial falls, it's all on Robin. He'll find one, he'll find two. He's going to keep going though, looking for more. As Muteris will just jump up, but it's going to be just to find him. sAw, they make it 7, and this game is looking so close. 8-7, Endpoint lead as they go onto that T side of Dust 2. Looks like they're going to establish themselves for a stand push towards long. 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a nade in their arsenal. For sAw, it's going to be just that kit and 2 flashes. Early contact made towards long. Arky just trying to tap down players as best as he can, but nothing spotted as Endpoint, they pressure them down. They swing towards site. Max going to fall. First contact made as Arky, he just hides towards center site. 4 flashes go on out. Roam fires one of his own. Arky continues doing damage, and with the accompaniment of Muteris, it's all on Surreal. He will fall, and sAw, they're going to tie it up 8-8 in a very convincing pistol round. Endpoint now on just Deagles, the odd scout here or there. As for sAw, it's going to be their chance to pull this back with going to be rifles pretty much on all the players. Endpoint, they do go for a force buy. So these Deagles, they're going to have to try and kickstart something. Again, they had a great round on Train where it worked for them. Question is, will it work on Dust 2? It's the same premise against armored and kind of stronger opponents, but are they stronger in terms of aim or their equipment? The flash ambush comes through from Endpoint, doing as much damage as they can, and that's just what they need. Surreal, he'll find Muterus as Arky finds Flame. Max on the trade, now Arky's doing damage. Arky's doing lovely amounts of damage. Robin from behind is going to take him down, though. As Justin Rome swing wide. Robin, he does the first bit of damage. It's all on Just. Robin, he'll switch guns, and Surreal will put the nail in the coffin for that second round, and with just Deagles, Endpoint are going to win that round, and they take the lead 9-8. sAw, that was a great round by them in terms of damage. That Scouts in Arky was insane, but wasn't quite enough, as we're going to see Endpoint now go on to a full buy. sAw, they're questioning what to do with 1.4 and 2 of their players. I expect it will be a force. 3 of their players, actually. And the issue is, when the game's this close, sometimes it's fairly easy to go, yeah, this team's going to win, or this team's going to lose, but this game is just so close. We're almost 2/3 of the way through the game, and I genuinely couldn't tell who was going to take this, and I love it. I love how close this is, considering it is map 3 of this Flashpoint qualifier. Bear in mind, Endpoint, if they lose this, they're gonna have to play another best of 3 today in that lower brackets. If they win it, they'll be playing it a later date against the winner of, I think it's Mad Lions and someone else. Stang could be corrected, though. You just wait for that pause to come on through. Sword out again. Scout in hand. The odd pistol here or there, as they look to kind of abuse it a little bit. Not Mad Lions. In that case, I don't have a clue who it is. Please correct me on who they are going to play if they win this, as it'll be very interesting considering both these teams are really, really good. I am really interesting to see how both of these teams kind of do, especially when it comes to doing a further run. They play against Virtus Pro. Okay. Again, both teams definitely can beat Virtus Pro. Question is, will they? As Endpoint, they go for early long control, and they haven't really expended too much utility in taking it, so if they finally do, it will be Arky and Crucial. They kind of scout 1v1, and Crucial, well, that's the end of that. Crucial tears Arky's head clean off, and it's kind of the only rifle that was in favour of sAw. Muterus is able to pick it up, but it was a fail. Still trading to Sododo. Muterus continuing to do damage as best as he can. Molly's Zaddy on short. Endpoint looking to kind of spiral into this. So flashes go out, the swing comes wide. Crucial fires one, Robin onto another, and it's all on Just. The full spy not working for sAw. As the plant goes through, those numbers punched on in. The Flames will take down Just in midair. 10-8 now, Endpoint lead, and for sAw, this is going to be a bit of a kind of difficult scenario considering they are facing what has to be an eco. They're going to get nades where they can, hoping for a kind of lucky nade stack, but that's about it. As Endpoint, they know that it's going to be an eco. Mighty Max with this UMP is going to look to farm some cash. spotted again, swinging towards doors. Mighty Max ringing out a few shots. Start finding Sododa. He needs to do damage. Darky, he whiffs quite a bit before being taken down. And Max, he is just farming this money. Mid control coming established by Endpoint, but Mutaresi's going to look to try and retake it. The trade is there, actually. A Surreal will fall. AK picks up, but Flames, he's had enough of that. No AK to be saved, though. And it all falls down to Rome. And Max, he's going to farm up some cash. 7k in the bank. And Endpoint, they're going to lead 11-8. The pause comes on through, and we'll have to see just what sAw have in store for us. They're going to go on to their first buy round of this game. Or second, actually, maybe, my apologies. As they look to maybe stop this momentum from Endpoint. Endpoint, they have just been unrelenting on this T side. Store. Flames will take a bit of damage after early control established towards long. So they want to fight for it though as the reaggression comes back around. And Endpoint, I was surprised, they're playing a bit of bonus. I say that even though they have five rifles, but it's a scout instead of an AWP on Crucial. I consider that a bit of bonus considering he could absolutely afford anything else. So, for sAw, it is going to be a man disadvantage early on, established at the extent of Flames, who is going to just take down the first player. Set piece goes down towards long, or towards short, my apologies. Let's see what they can do towards the safe site. Skadoda with that AWP is going to have to try and take down some early members, aggressing forward. Mighty Max the legs, but not kills. Volley going to force him out of position as well. This will take down Surreal, taking yet more damage as he's forced forward, just 10 HP. Mighty Max finds Sododa. Crucial finding Rome. It's all down to Arky, who's kind of trapped by Karen as he falls just with a FAMAS. Has no real chance in this. Robin's going to tap him down, and Endpoint. They're going to lead 12-8 against a sAw with a very broken economy. Again, it will just be an eco from sAw, and Endpoint, if they can make this round clean, not only do they give themselves enough economy to pretty much balance them out for a good 5 rounds or so, but they also kind of line themselves up to potentially take the game. I don't want to say it too early, but it could. Once again, Endpoint set up outside short. Some early smokes going down towards CT and towards A instead. Endpoint, they're slow, they're methodical with their push. As that smokes go down. Push goes on out. Again, it's a push towards... A, but it works, yeah? As Slodo's going to be found by Flames. The remaining players for sAw are trapped towards CT. Robin to find yet one more. And these players for sAw, what do? They're just stacked outside Xbox. The best they can hope for is to find players right now. The only player's kind of caught off guard, but he's going to find 2. He's going to almost find 3 as well. With the assistance of Mighty Max, that is a disgustingly one-sided round. And Endpoint, they're going to lead 13-8 against sAw. And for sAw, if they lose this buy round, it could potentially be the last one they see. Endpoint just 3 rounds away from victory. sAw, they need to claw back another 8. Have to see if they're able to do so, though. Flames again opens it up by finding Sododa. The AWP falls. Crucial finds Justin. sAw, they've just collapsed. The Portuguese side, they just don't know what to do against Endpoint on the CT side. Australia's already got out of it. Ark, he is going to fall And Muterus and Rome now, the lone members, are just going to tear them apart. Surreal, what a shot from him. As Muterus is alone. And to highlight how dominant Endpoint are right now, only one of them's even taking damage in this round. Everyone else didn't even get a grimace of damage done to them, as they lead 14-8. As this is cataclysmically bad for sAw. A pull-by comes through. We're going to see scouts here and there. The Deagles to support it, but what good is it? You know? What good is it if you can't find these man advantages? And yet again, Robin finds an early pick. Crucial kind of hovering around long. Well, around mid, sorry. It's going to find Rome as he crosses. In tunnel, Surreal fires Justin. It's just a collapse from sAw. Muterus with the scouts going to look to a bit of early damage. Legging down Surreal. It's not like a lagging though, I do apologise for all of that. Muterus and sAw now towards mid as Robin fires Muterus. sAw, the last member, dropping into CT, looking to do damage, but again, Endpoint, that is so clean as they lead 15-8. Last round potentially of the game, and for sAw, this is a very dire situation to be in, all things considered. You've got an AWP on sAw, you've got utility and the M-Force to back it up. The question is, can they be used to their full effects? Okay, a nice little nade in, so I'm going to try and tag up Flames. So Flash will force him away though. And sAw, they are just being so passive in mid, they don't even want to fight it. The Flash will allow Surreal and Robin to get out. sAw, they're still having to fight for long. They're still wary of a push to come through. And it's that wariness, it's that kind of fear that's really going to start playing to their detriment. And Flames, he just chucks the spare AWP out the map. He can afford it. Why not? sAw on short with this AWP is going to look for an early man advantage. He knows Endpoint players are there. Can he find them though? Instead, it's going to be a jump up from Surreal, finding Arky. Muterus there to trade. The M4 strikes true. And for sAw, it's going to be what's potentially only a two-man hold against the 4 of Endpoint, pushing themselves forward towards this A site. sAw finds two, looking for a third. A lovely little three-piece there. And it all falls down to Mighty Max. sAw, that is just what sAw needed. Max will swing wide, spotting one, but sAw's going to shut it down. A 9th round secured for them. And Endpoint, half their players are on 16k there. It's going to be a very easy buy for them to justify. Question is for sAw, can they string these rounds together? Can they pull it back? As smoke goes down, it looks like it will be an early B presence shown by Endpoint. 3 players committing to it. That's Crucial scoped on in, waiting for the players to jump on up. Surreal will make his way through mid doors, shifting forward. Muterus going to be the player to find, and for sAw, if they can't establish this mid control, the mid B split comes through, and it's going to be a very, very tough spot for sAw. The net set piece goes down. Flames finds Muterus. The push coming on a forward swing right. Surreal doesn't quite find Rome, but Flames is there to respond. Rome onto his second, not quite a third. It's Flames to make it 3. The young player, the new pickup for Endpoint, he brings a breath of talent towards Endpoint. Saw now two players left for them, but sAw and Arky, the lone members, 2 versus 3. Some early utility has been expended. No kill found just yet though. Only forcing Arky back. He takes so much damage early on. Swing comes through. Flames, he finds one. On for the ace, but Mighty Max will finish it off. Endpoint, they're going to take it 3-1.